Bronny James is one of the most polarizing figures in the league right now, which is why one former player believes he has not earned his spot in the league. At least one future Hall of Famer believes that Bronny has a bright future in the league.
And I actually think Bronny is going to end up being a better pro than a lot of these players in this draft because has the athleticism, has the basketball IQ, plays the game the right way. I think he's going to be a good shooter in the NBA.
So of course, you have to take Draymond's words with a grain of salt. Everyone knows he is buddy-buddy with LeBron James. So it's not like he's going to throw Bronny under the bus. But still, he isn't the only one who believes that Bronny can make a successful transition into the NBA. Paul George believes that Bronny is the steal of the draft, primarily because of his basketball IQ.
How can I answer this? What's most impressive is just his basketball savviness, like his basketball IQ. Like he can do it all. Like I feel like he hasn't shown that he can really be elite at a lot of things, but I think he can be elite at a lot of things.
PG went on to say that he sees flashes of Derek White and Drew Holiday in his game. Now these names might not be superstar level, but everyone who knows ball understands how valuable White and Holiday are to a winning team. If Bronny can become like them, then he'll have a bright future for sure. However, not everyone is so sold on his skill set. In fact, White and Holiday's teammate Jaylen Brown thinks that Bronny isn't ready for the pros just yet. The clip made the rounds pretty quickly because of how poorly Bronny had played during his first few Summer League games. But since then, Bronny showed flashes of competence and looked like he belonged. According to Paul Pierce, once Bronny gets his confidence going, everything will be just fine.
Because usually when you're in a little slump, you get kind of hesitant. And the one thing I did say is like, you got to get your confidence going. I don't care if you go out and miss the next 100 shots. Take them. You know, you can't shy away from it, what's going on, the media attention. It's going to be what it's going to be. So just go out there and play with confidence because this is what Summer League is all about. And like I said, I don't put real stock in the Summer League.
Other pros are still undecided whether or not Bronny has what it takes to make it to the NBA. Take Rasheed Wallace, for example. Sheed sees potential in Bronny, but isn't convinced he could be a good pro.
Sheed, is he a pro?
I gotta agree with what Tyler said. Let's give him a full year. You had heart problems. Let's see what you could do. He has the talent. The talent is there, but it's a difference from the talent being there and you proving the talent. So it's a matter of, go back. That's where you test the waters at. Like you said, test the waters. Let me see what I do in this combine. The guys that's in the combine.
However, Gilbert Arenas has been on the Bronny bandwagon from day one. In fact, he even trained Bronny at the request of his dad, LeBron. So it's not surprising that Gil believes Bronny can make it to the league and thrive. Even though Bronny struggled to score, Gil saw plenty of good things from the new rookie.
Those guys, are they creating their space? Are they getting to their shot? Because I don't expect these kids to be the same when they get to the... I just want to see the mannerisms, all right, pull up, okay. The guy's backing up, you know when to pull up, right? Just right there, you said he should have shot it. Guys has his hands down.
Brandon Jennings took things to another level when he cited Kyrie Irving as an example of why Bronny will be just fine when he actually competes in the league. But we aren't sure if that's an apt comparison.
Kyrie Irving, right? He went to Duke. He played 11 games. We didn't know if he was healthy or not.
Right.
And he went to a school, St. Patrick, that he didn't really get off like that. Right? He had to play team ball. Wasn't McDonald's All-American. But we knew he was a pro.
Knew he was a pro right away.
I think that's just where we're at.
Wasn't no question.
And he wasn't healthy either.
Right, there wasn't no debate around it. And we knew why he was a pro, too.
Stephen A. Smith, however, took a different route. Although he is rooting for Bronny, he also sees that the only reason people are even talking about Bronny is because he's LeBron James' son. In fact, he went as far as to say that most of Bronny's accomplishments are because of his last name and not because of his skill set. Ouch.
Bronny James was an All-American averaging 14 points a game. Kendrick Perkins has been on this show on several occasions talking about you don't get to be a McDonald's All-American averaging 14 points a game. That doesn't happen. It happened for LeBron James' son, who was the 55th pick in last year's NBA draft. We don't know who the hell that is.
Kendrick Perkins took things even further when talking about Bronny. He used the phrase earned, not given, implying that so far, Bronny has been given this opportunity to play in the league, but now it's time for him to step up and show everyone that he has earned it as well. However, that earned part is still yet to be determined.
I'm glad he was there and not at the combine.
Right.
Because now Bronny has to show up and show out, meaning earn, not given, right? LeBron, stay your ass away. We don't need you on the internet saying, oh, look at Bronny. They said he couldn't shoot. He's shooting. Oh, he got a 40-inch vertical. No more hyping it up, right? Like now.
Now, one reason why so many people doubt Bronny is because he had a poor showing in college. However, some players simply believe that Bronny's game wasn't meant for college. Rather, his game has been molded for the NBA. This is why Jeff Teague thinks that Bronny can make the move to the pros and be just fine.
Yeah.
But he's going to a big school, bro.
College basketball is not for
He might go to Ohio State.
anybody with the last name James and the first name Bron. College basketball is just not for y'all, bro. Just go do what y'all supposed to do. Be NBA players.
Meanwhile, DeRozan thinks that Bronny has the it factor. He can take his team to another level. The Lakers will have their fingers crossed, hoping DeRozan is telling the truth.
More for the basketball side, you just need that big name to come there to bring that attention in. He the perfect person for that. The way he come in, the way he gonna handle it, the attention he gonna bring, and the player that he is, I think is gonna push SC to another level that we haven't seen.
Another NBA legend who believes in Bronny is none other than Shaquille O'Neal. As we mentioned earlier, after a slow start, Bronny did finish the Summer League looking pretty good. Shaq was not only impressed by Bronny, but he had some wise words for the young star.
Bronny is my nephew, and I'm happy for him, and he just needs to continue to work hard and work on his game and, forget all the noise. You have to realize that our children, they're going to always hear that noise. And I teach my children all the time that pressure is when you don't know where your next meal is coming from. Forget what people say. You love to play the game. This is how you get to that top level.
Now, one thing is pretty clear. There is a ton of pressure on Bronny. Being LeBron James' son comes with a lot of perks, but you also get a lot of haters. These people are waiting for him to fail. But Austin Reaves isn't one of them. Instead, he understands that Bronny has a long journey in front of him, and he will be there to support him every step of the way.
But I'm excited to, play alongside him. He's always going to get a bad rap for, multiple reasons. He's LeBron's son, so people are going to expect high-level things from him. And you just got to let the kid grow. Let him be his own self. You can't, if you set a gold standard to bronze standards, it's hard to live up to anybody.
Lakers' new head coach, Redick, has also been vocal about this matter. It seems like Redick understands that Bronny still has a lot of growing to do. His game will take time to mature, which is why he labeled him a developmental player, which makes perfect sense, seeing that a lot of rookies need a few years to really carve out their role in the league.
Yeah, Bronny and I have had a number of conversations. I actually had a conversation with him yesterday after practice, and he's a development player. That's how we're looking at Bronny. He's certainly going to spend time with the Lakers. He will spend time as well in the G League. As we sort of build out our player development program.
Now, one person who felt strongly that Bronny should have taken a different route instead of going to the league was Austin Rivers. He believes Bronny should take his own path and do what's right by him rather than trying to live up to his surname.
I want to see Bronny play with his dad. I really don't.
Why?
I went through something similar. It was a very similar situation, but also different. I was already in the NBA when I went to go play for him. What happens is a lot of people start to discredit everything that you've done. This kid has been in the limelight since he was born. First day on Instagram, he had 1 million followers.
Rivers went on to say that Bronny has handled the pressure extremely well, but playing alongside his dad and not being great might be a little too much for him to handle. The sentiment was also shared by Matt Barnes, who felt as if Bronny had the tools to be a pro, but still needed time to develop them.
To be honest with you, I haven't seen a ton of Bronny's games. I feel like he could probably use another year or two
of just kind of honing his skills. And Key and you and I were talking about this, off air before we started. Obviously, having that James name is going to help, but at the end of the day, it's not going to keep him there. It may help him get the opportunity to get into the league, but I feel like he possibly needs another year or two.
It seems as if Rivers and Barnes were speaking the truth. One person who surprisingly has Bronny's back is Skip Bayless. Now, for those who might not know, Skip has been one of LeBron James's biggest haters. He has taken every opportunity he could to slight LeBron. However, he believes that Bronny has what it takes to make it in the league.
Bronny James belongs with LeBron James. Bronny James can handle playing alongside his all-time great father, the greatest scorer in the history of the NBA. Bronny James was born for this, made for this. This is a tough kid.
Bronny has been quite polarizing since entering the league. No other 55th pick has ever gotten the media attention that he has. So each time he does something bad, it is highlighted even more. However, Bronny did bet on himself and has made the transition to the pros. So it will be interesting to see how everything pans out.